where he talked about getting prepared for Tai Chi without going through the whole preparation thing. He talked about just, you want to make your arms, so this is going to imagine a big circle. So your elbows are out a little bit. And start thinking about your breathing. Of course, as you inhale, imagine you're being pulled up by your crown point, and as you exhale, you sink. So you have that going on, but in addition to, that's part reason because you're expanding in all these directions. So you can either imagine, you don't do them at the same time, either imagine that your Tanqian is expanding and expanding out to the point where you're rising up and you're sinking down. Your tailbone is all coming out this way. So you can either start with your Tanqian and expand, expand, expand out. And then as you exhale, everything comes into the center of your lower stomach area. Or you can imagine that you are being stretched up to the crown point and down by the tailbone and by your elbows going out, that you're being stretched out and then you're sinking down, coming together to the center. So either visual, but I go back and forth. But the idea is that you are preparing for Tai Chi, so you're starting to take your bigger breath, abdominal breath, and slow down your breathing. Start getting into the Danshin. Okay. So now with the next inhale, imagine you've gotten those two balls under your palms. It's lifting your palms up and they're getting lighter and lighter and rising. And then you're going to go around and you're going to get under that ball, that Tai Chi ball. And then as you exhale, it goes down to the earth. Imagine going behind you to infinity on both sides. And you're going to come around. And now you've got this huge ball that you're going to let come in. Just let it come in. Don't push in. Just let it go into your Danqian. Inhale and exhale. So one more time. Let everything expand. The body rises with an inhale and you sink with your exhale. Okay, let's get into beginning stance. This is an inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. As your hands float up with an inhale and exhale. Side to side. So imagine your hands are resting on a cloud. I love that visual. And what you want to concentrate on here is the center of your Danqian. And it's your Danqian that moves side to side. And I love too what he said in one of his classes, that we're sending energy. Our Danqian is sending energy out. So when we go to our left, you just imagine it's going out and out and out and out, and it's all coming back. And then you're vibrating out and out and out in the other direction. Back. So you can have that visual. This in itself is doing Tai Chi. Because you're doing your breathing, changing your side, you're in Tai Chi. If you're focused, totally focused on what you're feeling. Okay, it's just inward, outwards. Let's go right into ward off, roll back press push. So let's step out, get a big ward off, squeeze it, let it go out, roll back. Press, press, press. I like what he did with this. So you're out, a little bit different than what I did. So you want to go back and go to the earth behind you, around, and get a whole big new ward off that way. And then bring it in. So we'll do it one more time and I'll show you. Right. And you go forward. So now it's forward. Bring this hand down into the side, and you're going to scoop and just get a big ward off. And bring it in front of you. Let it contract, and then let it go out. Now let's do a change door. So you're going to put your other hand down, and then you're going to go around. Just step forward, get another ward off. Contract it a little bit. Go. Also, you can take your time right here and center. Make sure you're feeling something. You should be right in front of your middle dantian. Your middle dantian, if you imagine from the middle dantian, it's going straight through this hand and out this to this hand. So you really, your whole body is involved in feeling this. And you can sit there for a minute or two and just meditate. Inhale and let it get a little bigger. And exhale, let it get a little bit smaller. Really work until you can feel that in your hand. And then when you're ready, you want to go ahead and press it all the way through and let it go. So I find that as I'm doing these forms, let's do it one more time, I will stop. Oops, this is wore off. Let me do that again. I will stop and do things over and over like that. Because you want to get that feeling in your practice. Let's go into a single hand push. I think really what I want to do, I want to practice. So when you go from side to side and single hand push, as you get in your back, that's on a change door. What I'm trying to do is show you this other way of getting in, going from side to side. So let me walk you through it a little bit better. You have your left hand. I'll do left hand. You have your left hand up, right?
Yes.
Okay. So what you want to do is, as you change door, bring that left hand to set down on the ball, and then as you bring your right, oh, that's the old way of doing it. Okay, right hand is up. Okay, so I've watched Master do this. So if both hands move at the same time, so this one goes down, they cross in front of each other, and this one goes up. And it makes for a really nice transition. You don't lose your balls. You just go back and forth with this. So are you following that? Am I doing it too fast for you?
I don't seem to be coordinating my hands and my feet doing it. Let's go. Let's keep going.
Okay. So let's just do the regular single hand push. I think I want to show you two things about it. So let's keep doing it. So single hand push, you're going to go to the earth, you go behind you, you want to gather everything. And what you want to try to feel when you get this is that you feel a ball here, but you want to try to get a sensation here. So when you go forward, you feel like you might be pushing something. So, and to do that, you're going to gather more. So if I do this and then go forward and I'm not getting that feeling, then I want to go do it again and try to get more. Gather more. And the reason you want to try to get all this, so when you're going to go forward, you're exhaling. You want to have, this is what's going to start imagining that this is what's turning you in single hand push. That you've got that in the back of your hand, sort of, you can sort of feel that that's making your hand go around. And if you lose it, that's when we go back and just do this part and try to gather more. And of course, we sink, we go forward, we try to feel something in our hand that's now going to make us go around in a circle. It's just another thing to focus on and practice when you're doing single hand push. I don't know why I hadn't planned on showing you this today. I must need to be doing it myself. I didn't practice it. Okay, so now we're forward. And now we want to change sides. So I was doing that, sort of. And if you don't have a feeling in that hand, try doing it again. Gathering. Remember, this was the vertical. We did the vertical. The reason that we practice a vertical, that was just training. That's not really a form per se. The form is this, and it's, you should be getting the same feeling. You're gathering from all directions, and you're ending up with a huge Tai Chi ball here. And then when you go forward, you've got that outer force that you want to try to see if you feel. And if you don't feel it, imagine you're feeling it. And then that's going to get you going around in a single hand push. And you'll hear Master, I was listening to one of his old tapes, he would say, oh, did you lose it? Did you lose it? Then you try to go, you go here, and you do it again, try to find it. And that's what that is all about. So when you are changing sides, this crosses, this goes down, and this comes up, the other hand, and you go out to single hand push again. So it makes it a very, very smooth way of going from side to side. The reason why this is sort of important, because if you get deep into your practice and you are following energy, if you start feeling it, go with it. Just go with it. But sometimes you have to be able to step easily and go into the other side, and that's just an easy way to do it. Plus the fact I have a form that you end up, and you've got this in it. You're going to learn this later. It's a really cool form. I love it, but it's got that change that we do. So I'd like you to get started working on that. And let me just check.
Is that the 5-step?
No, we haven't. Oh, we have to work on 5-step. Did we start working on it?
You showed me one time.
One time. Okay, I would rather, if we have time later, what I really want to go through next is to do the log form as far as we have gone. Are you having a time here?
Good. Good.
Okay, let's work on that. And yeah, I think this will still work. A speaker here. Okay, so let's gather our energy. And so that we do a mirror. Let's step on our right foot and put your weight on your right foot and step out with your left and get into getting stance. Okay. So let's see, it's one upward, downward. And then on the left side, you pick up that Tai Chi ball on the left. Step forward with your right. You're going to collapse it. And you're going to bring it straight back and turn. Now here is where you take it. Inhale, get your Tai Chi ball, move your left foot forward. Start your exhale to squeeze that ball and then exhale, let it go. All that energy go. And then you're going to do roll back. Press and push. Weight is forward. And now do one shorthand, longhand, shorthand to the right side. And with your left hand, you pick up your universe and as you move forward, notice my toe. My left toe is going in. So I need to be getting into the stance. So let me go out with single hand push. And then your right hand and right toe come in. Your left hand and your left toe get into single hand attaching. And then the whole thing comes down. And then you're going to step to the left, your left foot out, your left elbow, and you're going to go right into lean forward. Both elbows go out. And exhale, you're going to just put your weight on your left foot, turn facing to your right. The right toe comes in. You get ready to do, I'll think about it in a minute. We can name it this form. Let's do this one more time, this form. Okay, it's exhale, inhale. Now you've got this ball, you're going to move your Tai Chi ball. And the other hand's going to float up, this hand floats down. And you bring your Tai Chi ball straight across. And then I'm just going to start you with the next one. You're going to go into a abbreviated, all the names coming back. Okay. Abbreviated brush knee. So you're going to go brush knee, but you're going to go up. And then you're going to come back down. And this is where you get your play the peapod. The master does it, you hardly see this form in there. He just sort of like swoops it, but that's that. That's as far as I want to go, is play the peapod. Okay. So let's go to the other side. Okay, so we're going to put our weight on our left foot and step out with, wait, where are we going? Here. We're already here. All right, we're going to go to the right this time. So let's go inhale, inward, outward. Get the Tai Chi ball. Press, 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 and go. Grab it. Don't forget this hand. This hand is always late. Okay, bring it straight back. Side. This is an inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Set. Exhale. Let it go. Push. Inhale. Exhale. Okay, single hand attached. Long hand, short hand. Don't forget your toe. And then get yours. Why am I having trouble? Okay. When you go into here, don't forget you lift this foot up and move it over. You're going to have to get in a good stance. Just for it's got all the names by poses. Okay, your left hand, left toe, right hand, right toe. Get into step, lean forward. And then as you exhale, you pull your left foot in. Inhale. This is an exhale. This is an inhale. And I'm going to do a little bit tiny brush knee. Reach up. Step back. Bring your left toe in. Get ready for play the peapod. Okay. So you want to do
I
it
don't mind
again?
finishing up the rest of the, could we try to finish up the rest of the long form?
Sure. So from play the peapod.
Yeah,
Okay, so from play the peapod, you're going to get into brush knee. So play the peapod. So your left hand is going to come down. Your right hand's going to go up. Get ready to do a brush knee. So you're going to do one brush knee. You're going to take a step and you're going to do another brush knee. And then you're going to go right into parry, downward parry, and punch. I'm having, I don't know why. I guess I just haven't been saying them.
yeah.
Okay. Now, different with the punch, it's hard for you to see. Instead of going, when we practice a punch as a single form, you're like this. But this punch, you're going to let this hand come around and come under. Wait, we have to be forward at this point. Let me see. Let's go. We were play the peapod. And then we did a two. I think I'm on the wrong foot. Okay, downward parry. Yeah. Punch. You're going to get, yeah, you're facing this way. So your hands are like this. They're both palms up. A little bit close to this. And then what you're going to do, and your weight's on the back, your weight's on the front foot. You're going to keep your weight on the front foot and you're going to rotate your hands. So they're going to come across like this. You rotate your hands so they're front like this. And this is called, you're closing the window and your weight goes to your back foot and you close the window. That's close apparent, it's called. But it's just like you are closing a window. And then you've got your two balls. Bring your toe in. You're going to face forward now. And bring this toe so that you're in a good beginning stance. And then you're going to do your, I can't get the name.
Cross hands.
Cross hands, thank you. Now what's important with your cross hands, if we started out on your right side, then your right hand has to be inside within your arm. So you always are cognizant of what side you started. We got your closed hands. And that's the end of the first section.
Yeah.
So let's run through the whole thing again. And we'll go to your right, my left. Okay, your right, my left. All right. So inward, outward. Tai Chi ball to the right. Press. Go. And then going to, I'm sorry, bring it back. 45 degrees. Inhale, get a big exhale. Inhale. We're doing roll back now. Push. Long hand, short hand, get to the right toe, moving with your hands. Single whip. My feet feel very, very awkward at this point. So when I come out, I've got to lift my left foot so that it's in the right position. Split. Bring your left hand, left toe in. Right hand, your foot goes forward. Bring your right foot in. Everything comes in. This is a huge exhale. Okay. And then you're going to step and inhale with your lean forward. Exhale. And as you exhale, you move into stork spreads wings. Inhale. Exhale. Bring it forward. And now you're going to do this abbreviated beginning to play the pee-pop. Don't forget to bring in your foot. Inhale and exhale. Then you're going to go into brush knee. So your left hand is up. It's going to go down. Your right hand's going to get ready. Step out with your left foot and inhale. Now I'm going to go back because we're going to run into the thing. We're going to do another brush knee. And now we're going to do downward parry, whatever, and punch. And get your left foot is forward, your weight's back, and you're going to punch. But then you're going to sort of turn and get your hands in this position. You're here. And then as your waist stays forward, and as you inhale, and then you're going to exhale as your weight comes back, and you're going to close the parent. You're going to close that window. And now this is an inhale. As you move and you start gathering energy, coming to center, getting into cross hands. So your right hand is inside. And then you start. One of my favorite, these, I love these. You start all the next stuff. But that's the log 4.
Okay, thank you.
Want to do it the other? Let's do it one more time, but let's do it in the other direction. Your left,
Okay.
my right. Okay. Okay. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Exhale. Push. Long hand, short hand. Single hand whip. Spread. Left hand, left toe, right hand, right foot. In. Moving forward. Stork spreads wings. Play peacock. Brush knee. Brush knee in. Down, parry, and punch. Inhale, close apparent. Exhale. Face forward. So inhale. Left hand is in. Exhale. Inhale. Come to center.
Hey, yeah.
Okay, let's do a little flow practice to finish up. I don't know what I'm gonna do for today. We'll see. Okay. I had no idea what I was doing. I was trying to do the work. Okay. just a couple of things, Emily, I noticed. When we're doing, I'm not going to remember the name of it, but when we're doing this form, where we compress and we reach out, our feet don't move. Our feet we're just in a beginning stance through this whole form. And you want to try to imagine that everything is coming out of your dantian, and it's just the dantian is moving in a little bitty circle. So that's what you want to get, all of that energy to go behind you and to go above you, but it's all coming out of your dantian. And then your dantian is turning you, and it's turning you back. So your dantian is really doing all the work here. Your dantian is and it's a split, it's a split form, but your energy, you gotta feel as much behind you as you feel above you. And I almost stopped, except you weren't, because I myself, I wanted to stop and meditate a little bit, but your feet weren't in the right position, so I didn't. This is, if you feel it, don't do it unless you really feel like, you know, this is just so great. I'm just so stretched out. My dantian, everything is just pulled out, and I just want to stay there because it feels so nice. And then you go with it, and you just that's another spot to meditate. And don't worry if you get to the other side and you don't feel like doing that, don't do it. You want to follow whatever your feeling is. So you want to be very in tuned to the try to connect to that energy and be in tune to it. So that's that form. And the other form that I'm still concerned about is when we do right and left Tai Chi ball, split form, compress, you're dropping your ball because you've got two balls here, they've split. And there's only so far, otherwise they're just going to float out into the universe. They can't go any further because it's connected. So they have to move together. So by the time your whole body, this one is connected to this, only this far, if you imagine. So it's got to stay with it. It can't lay back there. You know, it's got to stay. So you split until you get forward. And when you're forward, let's pretend it's on a string and it can't get separated any more than that string. So when you get your way to the back foot and you start moving, this has got to move because it's only connected. It's got to stay with that hand. Otherwise, you've dropped the balls. They floated out. So it's when you compress, you split, and now that's as far as they can go. The hands stay together as your whole body moves, so that they're the same distance apart by the time you're ready to press on the other side. So compress and split. This is just a detail. Keep your hands the same distance. This one's following this one because it's connected to it, right? Okay. So that practice, because what you should be feeling, the other thing you should be feeling is just when we're standing and beginning, and we're just doing right and left Tai Chi ball, we're not splitting. You're feeling that ball and you don't want to drop the ball. So I see this ball, and you may later, but I don't believe you're really feeling it now. The ball should stay, at least when you're training and you're learning this, the ball should stay the same size ball. If I had a big rubber ball holding the sides, I would keep it the same. It doesn't squish in when we're doing this form. The ball, and one of the more advanced things that you can think about when you're doing this is that you're focused on the center between your hands. So the center is moving, and it's the center of that's moving you. Of course, your dantian is what's also moving you. They're working together. Master said 3 weeks ago, I caught one thing that I can't wait to ask George about. He said you have 3 centers here and in each palm. Did you hear that?
No, I don't remember.
I didn't hear that before. I don't know what it means. So it was answering one of the questions that you have 3 And when I see George this Wednesday, I hope coming up, because we didn't meet again last week, I'm gonna ask him about that. But that center, when you do start squeezing that ball, it gets tighter, 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 and it expands. You still are, you can, I mean, there's so many different ways to practice the exact same form, so many different things. And I don't know, I do whatever I feel like, but one of the things is that you concentrate on the imaginary spot between the palms. And you expand from that spot, and you can contract into that spot. So I very, just like when you're doing this one, which we didn't do today, what you want to think about is the center. The center is rotating. The center of this ball is what's rotating your hands around. So your focus is that center of that ball. And even when you're doing the split, and you get to the point where now you've got a center that your eyes are like following. You want to follow that center. This is got one ball now. And then when you split and you start to keep the same distance, and it finally, this by now should start so that when it's here, when this foot goes forward, you really want to be ready to go and compress. And the only other thing I've noticed with all of the forms that you do, and maybe it's your knee problem or your back problem, let me know, I won't harp on it. But you really want to go down and up. You know, your whole body needs to sink, and your whole body needs to rise up. You know, I don't know if you could spot my head.
Yeah.
But I was like, but I don't see you going up or down at all, your whole body. I don't see
Okay.
you.
I need to practice that.
Yeah, that's with every form, because you're expanding. Even when we're doing preparation and you're steady here, just preparing, you want to expand up and sink down a little bit. Every form is that. Even when and I remember Master said this one time, when you're compressing, everything is coming down, everything. And then your whole body rises up because everything's expanding.
Yes.
So you're pressing and you're expanding. So that's how you get all the muscles in your legs. I mean, that's a workout. But you know, it shouldn't, that's when you're first doing it, it's mechanical, soon it'll be the energy doing it. But you've got to start getting that sink, 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 and expand. I mean, everything we do, this is a sink. This is an expand up. You know, everything is then we go back and forth, we're not sinking anymore. And this is now we're doing even. So there is a lot, they talk about the split and the split. I don't know enough. You don't really know it when you can't teach it. So I've got to go back and do some more reading. But there's a whole part of this that at times, like this, you're doing very, very, very even. You're not going up and down. It's very important to be very, very even with this. There are times, but when you are supposed to be going up and down, you should be doing that. This is even. You know, there's just some forms. So when you do stork spreads wings, as an example, you sink way down, you come up. This is inhale, you stay up, but you've got to be ready to go sink down again when your whole body has to sink with this, and then the whole body rises up. Okay, so just more